Assalamu alaikum. I Amreen M. Sheikh from Anjuman Anglo-Urdu PU College, Idgah Campus, Hubli, Department of Sociology. Dear learners, welcome to online classes. Today, we will be discussing very important topic, national integration and its challenges. National integration comes under the first chapter, that is making of Indian society and demography. Our nation is a great nation, not only because of its geographic entity, it is because of we sharing the feeling of we sentiment. National integration is essential aspect in a making of a nation, though we belongs to different castes, religions, regions, and we speak different languages, but we recognize the fact is that we are all one. Now, let us see in brief the meaning of a national integration. National integration refers to national unity and a sense of belonging to the nation. Many scholars have defined national integration in different ways. Here, we are going to see the definition of Benjamin. According to Benjamin, national integration refers to the assimilation of the entire people of a country to a common identity. It means national integration is the adjustment of all the people for common identity. To fulfill their common needs and desires is called as a national integration. In simple terms, national integration refers to the process where the feeling of togetherness develop, the feeling of belonging develop among the people. Now, let's see the nature of national integration. First point, people of a nation develop the sense of we feeling. In the process of national integration, we are seeing the sense of we feeling. It means here the people of the society are living together, sharing their ideas, they are living with cooperation and they are united. Second point is it covers the entire gamut of political, social, cultural and emotional aspect and their integration. It means it covers the entire range or scope of the people's activities. The activities are political, social, cultural and emotional. Third point, the broader objective of national integration has been in the attainment of ideological goals such as secularism and democracy. So, the main objective or national integration always focuses on the improvement of the people, or it is based on the betterment of the people. Now, we see the challenges to national integration. To maintain peace in the society, there are some hurdles or there are some problems. Those problems are mentioned here. To maintain national integration, there are some hurdles, or it also called as a challenges. So, challenges to national integration. There are many challenges to national integration. They are as follows: regionalism, communalism, linguism, extremism and terrorism. First, we understand the first challenge to national integration, that is regionalism. Regionalism is a system of dividing an area into regions or districts. Regionalism refers to an extreme loyalty or love to a particular region. So, it means extreme loyalty towards the own region is called as a regionalism. For example, when a person moves from one country to another country, he feels himself as outsider or imbalance because the person is belong to the one particular region. So, he having some interest or loyalty towards that particular region, that is called as a regionalism. India is a nation with wide regional differences. In India, we are seeing so many this kind of regional differences. Regionalism is expressed in the desire of people of one region to promote their own regional interest at the expense of the interest of other regions. So, regionalism always promote their own regions. So, this is a big problem in the way of national integration. To maintain peace, to maintain cooperation in the society, this is the big problem. Regionalism assume mainly 4 forms. Those are the demand for separate nation from the Indian Union. So, the peoples of the society, they demand for their own region or their own state. The first and most challenging form of regionalism took was the demand of the people of certain state to succeed from the Indian Union and became an independent sovereign. They want to be a free state. The example is Tamil community of the state of Madras. Nowadays, it is called as a Chennai. Second point is demand for a separate statehood. So, the people of the nation is also demand for separate statehood. A new form of regionalism has manifested in recent years was demand for separate statehood in several states of India like Vidarbha states, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Bundelkhand MP and UP, Vindhya, Bhojpur and etc. Third point, demand for full-fledged statehood. So, another manifestation of regionalism in India is demand of union territories for full-fledged statehood, Then the fourth form of regionalism is interstate disputes. So, there are so many interstate disputes. Interstate disputes means there is disputes among one state to another state. The first such dispute took place between Karnataka and Maharashtra, Punjab and Haryana. In addition to the above, the main disputes are over the sharing of river waters, over the water of Narmada, Krishna, Kaveri, Bhima and etc. So, this is dispute just because of water. The second challenge of national integration is communalism. Communalism is a strong sense of loyalty to the interest of one particular group or religious, ethnic, etc. Communalism means here it is loyalty or interest towards the particular religions or cultural group or caste is called as a communalism. Communalism is a very big problem. Communalism creates the feeling of fear. So, communalism creates the feeling of a fear to other religions. It makes people to think that their religion is great and they start hating other religions. So, here the feeling of inferiority, superiority is created. The third challenges of national integration is linguism. Linguism implies one-sided love and admiration towards one's language and prejudice and hatred towards other languages. So, linguism means it is loyalty or interest towards one-sided love and admiration towards one's own language and hatred towards the other languages is called as a linguism. India is a land of many languages. So, India is the land of many languages. For example, in India we can see Kannada, Hindi, Urdu, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, so many languages are speaking here. That's why India is called as a museum of languages. Diversity of languages has also led to linguism. Diversity means different languages also creating linguism in the society. It's just all of know that India is multilingual country, that means people speak many languages in the country. So this is about linguism. The fourth challenges of national integration is extremism and terrorism. Extremism and terrorism have emerged during the recent years as the most formidable challenges to national integration. So the extremism and terrorism is unavoidable challenges to national integration. First, we see the meaning of extremism. Extremism refers to all those activities that use violence and harms to other people are called as extremism. So all those activities. 10 सेकेंड हुए क्या? So extremism destroying the unity of the society or the nation. India has faced this problem in Nagaland in the year of 1951, Mizoram 1966, Manipur 1976, Tripura 1980 and West Bengal in the year of 1986. This is about extremism. Next is terrorism. Terrorism means it is an act of terror or violence for political, religious, social, economic purposes is called as a terrorism, which aims to create fear among ordinary people by illegal means. Terrorism in India has long history. According to Professor Ram Ahuja, there are 4 types of terrorism. That is Khalistan-oriented terrorism in Punjab, militant terrorism in Kashmir, Naxalite terrorism, Alpha terrorism in Assam. So, Khalistan-oriented terrorism in Punjab. This terrorism has been started this movement for sovereign state in 1980s. They wanted their own independent state, that's why they started the terrorism. Second is militant terrorism in Kashmir. Militant terrorism, this is also one kind of a terrorism. Terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir have taken a very heavy toll of human life. In the last decade, more than 20,000 people have lost their lives in terrorists. Next, third is Naxalite terrorism. Naxalite terrorism is one kind of a terrorism. In this, a person who considered Communist Party of India as its origin, this movement began in Bengal, and also we can see here Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. Out of 318 districts, 77 districts are highly Naxal, causing lot of bloodshed in these areas. The fourth type of terrorism is Alpha terrorism in Assam. It was founded on 7th April 1979. Alpha speaks to establish an independent state. So, the motto of this group of terrorism is also they wanted a sovereign state, that is Alpha terrorism in Assam. In addition to these factors, corruption, poverty, unemployment, youth, unrest, gap between rich and poor, which are also the major challenges for national integration. So, there are some measures to strengthen national integration just to boost our society. There are some measures to give strength towards national integration. The Central Education Ministry organized a committee for national integration in 1961 under the chairmanship of Dr. Sampurn Ananda. There are some recommendations. The Integration Committee have some recommendations to promote and strengthen national integration, some of them as follows. Number one is reorganization of the syllabi at various levels, primary, secondary, college and university level to promote national integration in the society. It means reorganization. Reorganization means once again the books or the syllabus have to organize at the various levels like primary, secondary, college and university level, just to promote about national integration, to give knowledge about national integration. Second,